All right, the big news today now. Polling is underway in South Africa's general elections, the most competitive since the end of apartheid, which could result in the ruling African National Congress losing its majority for the very first time in 30 long years. ANC came in power after South Africa's first multiracial elections in 1994, when it was led by Nelson Mandela, and since then has won a majority in national elections held every 5 years, though its shares of the vote has gradually declined. Among opposition parties vying for power is the pro-business Democratic Alliance, which won the second largest vote share in 2019 and has formed an alliance with several smaller parties to try to broaden its appeal. Former President Jacob Zuma is backing a new party called MK Party, named after the ANC's former armed wing. Zuma was forced to quit as president in 2018 after a string of scandals, and he stands disbarred by the Election Commission of South Africa. But according to recent polls, the ANC, led by President Cyril Ramaphosa, may experience a first-ever decline in its percentage of the vote below 50%. South Africa, with the population of 62 million people, has 27.6 million registered voters this time. However, voter turnout may be a worry as voter apathy rises. But many in the country are fed up with high unemployment, currently at 32.9%, the highest it has ever been, rampant crime, corruption scandals, and regular power cuts and water shortages. In 2023, the economy grew a meager 0.6%. Now, correspondent Kaldin Ongu has more on this.
Voting is important because the state of our country has just kind of gone on the decline, and I think it's time for change because many of us are unemployed as the youth. There's no accessible transport in many areas here in the Gauteng province, and so I feel like my vote can make a difference to building better infrastructure and awarding especially young people more opportunities to find work, to be upskilled, and so forth and so forth.
Well, I think it's important because it's your responsibility as a citizen, and I think we have to play our part in making our vote and choosing the government we want. I don't think we've been happy for the last 30 years, or at least 15 of that. So it's time for change.
It is anticipated that the Election Commission will begin disclosing preliminary results shortly after polls close. The Commission has 7 days to announce final results.
There's a lot at stake for South Africans this election. Many that came out to vote say they want change. ANC is the only party that has ruled South Africa since its democracy in 1994, but the support base for Mandela's party has been dwindling over the last decade. However, few voters on the ground, especially the elderly black Africans, say they can only trust the ANC and other parties are not an option for them. Voting stations countrywide opened at 7 a.m. and will close at 9 p.m. today. The counting will begin immediately after voting closes. This is Kaldin Ongu from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.